Welcome to another video, ladies and gentlemen. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe bell. Do it now. Make sure you like this video, share this video, comment on this video. Let's jump right in. So I already touched on this previously, but I wanted to take the time to show you in no uncertain terms the difference between these two people and compare what this guy is saying to what Malcolm X said. Now, if you watch my previous video about the House Negro versus the Field Negro, a speech by Malcolm X, this will give you proper context to where Philip Scott's talking point comes from. And I think it's very telling that when he says something like that, this guy's opinion, you judge for yourself under which category it would fall. So listen to this short piece. It's going to be about 2 minutes and some change, and then I'll play Malcolm for some comparative analysis. Shall we? Let's go.
Even if people do exactly what you're saying, and people know me, I'm just going along with you right now because nobody cares who have what or whatever. Everybody just want equality. Everybody I know want jobs. They don't want I don't even promote the government assistance. Black people don't need government assistance at all. They need jobs. They need businesses.
But why don't you people create your own job?
Who's you people?
The black men. Instead of begging,
you a black man?
If you believe that the white man.
Are you a black man?
Yeah, but I'm not.
Okay, can you say you? What do you mean you're not a part of it?
I'm not a part of that black helpless victimhood of thinking. I'm an independent man. I don't identify with any of that mess.
But you're still a black man, right?
But let me ask. Why is it that black men, like all other races of men, why don't you stop begging the white man to give you a job and all that, instead build your own job?
I promote that. I promote doing for yourself.
No, you're not. You're blaming the white man don't give you work.
What
you're saying the white man won't give you a job.
I said promote jobs. I didn't say give me a job. I believe in doing for yourself. I believe in creating your own businesses.
Why do you need the white man to promote jobs? Why don't you promote them? What's different about the white man than you?
Oh, let's see. He stole everything he has. He got 246
years. What has he stolen from you?
Free labor from black people.
What has he stolen from black people today?
Oh, he stole our culture. He stole our language. He stole our heritage. He stole our labor. He murdered and slaughtered our children, our babies, our women, our men. Do we need to continue stolen inventions that we couldn't patent because they created a patent office?
What's your language that they stole?
The different African dialects they stole. We didn't come here speaking English.
But white people speak English. They don't speak African dialect.
So when we came off the ships, we didn't speak English, so you stole our language.
What do you mean they stole it?
They wouldn't allow you to speak it, and they'll beat the hell out of you or kill you.
So you came off the ship speaking black stuff?
What is black stuff? It's African language.
Yeah, you came off the ship speaking that.
My ancestors did.
What's preventing you from speaking it now? All you do, learn it and speak it. No one cares.
What's preventing me from speaking it now? Because, number one, we lived in a colonized society. We speak a colonized language. And so, unfortunately, we have to teach our children English.
You know, why is it that black men, such as yourself, don't feel embarrassed publicly complaining about white men and how they're holding you back? And you got all these excuses. Normal men don't have excuses.
That's funny, normal.
All right, so that's the part that I mainly wanted you to see. So you see when he said the thing about the language being stolen, and his response was, well, if you spoke it, they beat the hell out of you, and eventually they had to stop speaking it, or they would face punishment, obviously. And then he's like, oh, so you spoke black stuff? Obviously, nobody came from the heartland of Africa speaking English that were brought here as slaves. So he's trying to put on this complete ignoramus facade here in front of this other guy, who's also black, as you can see. But who's the house Negro? Who's the field Negro? Right? Now I submit to you, Jesse's the house Negro. Let me show you why. Now, this piece is going to be Malcolm speaking. I want you to pay particular attention to what he's saying. It's probably just a minute or so. I apologize for the quality. It's obviously old VHS, so you'll see, the line is getting a little squiggly. You might hear a little disruption in the voice now and then. But listen to the points that he's making and compare them with what Philip Scott was saying to Jesse Peterson's responses. Listen.
If you say that you're fed up, if you teach the Negro, people don't even know their own name. Why? Because he took it away from them. Please. 20 million black people don't even know their own language. Why? Because he took it away from them. 20 million black people who don't even know the history of their ancestors. Why? Because he took it away from them. And if you try and tell them how thoroughly and completely they've been robbed, he says you're teaching hate. That's something to think about. Today you are coming out of college. You're coming out of the leading universities. You're trying to go in a good direction, but you don't know which direction to go in. And if somebody tries to take you right to the root of your problem, they say that that man's a hate teacher. If I ask why should the senators in Washington, and then again if we tell you that Negroes are being hung on the tree.
Did you hear it? Now, as I said, all you have to do is look at the speech that I posted. Malcolm X, the field House Negro versus the field Negro. Now see, I don't care how old Jesse Lee Peterson is. But if people such as Jesse Lee Peterson, even the Hodge twins, what's his name, Black Conservative Perspective, all these other so-called black YouTubers will say that this guy is a progressive, he's using the same talking points that Malcolm used. Now, obviously, I wasn't around in the time of Malcolm, right? Only person that probably knew I was going to be here eventually is God, right? I don't even think I was a thought in my parents' head. But, of course, he's one of the leaders whose work I have had to look at in this journey for truth. Khalid Muhammad, Martin Luther King. So when you hear somebody talking this way now, and it's very reminiscent, almost verbatim, of what Malcolm was talking about, it doesn't matter if it was 60 years ago, 70 years ago. They act like this was hundreds of years ago, and we are so far removed, and society is so much better. And come on, man. If things were that much better, the divorce rate would not be as high as it is. We wouldn't have so many of our women on Instagram being Insta thoughts and, OnlyFans and all these other kinds of things. We would be in a better place in society. Generally speaking, I do not see that. And I think that was the point, the crux of the matter that he was raising. And I think he's right. I don't think he's wrong. Anyways, that's my breakdown. Short and to the point. I hope you caught it. Obviously, these speeches are on YouTube. You could watch it in its entirety for yourself. Malcolm's on is about 40 minutes. The interview of Jesse Lee Peterson and Philip Scott, about the same. But when you hear these talking points come out and you see a person that looks black and they claim to be conservative or they claim to be whatever, they're like, oh no, this person is a progressive because they're bringing it up, or this person is some. You have to remember, these talking points have existed for a long time and came from people who were actual leaders in the black community and more than likely taken out because of the kind of grassroots movement they were able to galvanize. Keep that in mind. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.